Warm greetings to the learners. This is Dr. Meenakshi. Today we'll together explore the concept of control charts for variables. But before that, let us understand what is a control chart. A control chart is a two-dimensional graphical display of a quality characteristics that has been measured or computed in terms of mean and plotted against the sample number or the time at which the sample is taken from the process. Walter Short invented control charts for the industrial processes to distinguish acceptable variation from the assignable variation. He realized that with the help of control charts, the occurrence of assignable causes of variation could be detected very quickly and desirable corrective action could be taken to eliminate them. So basically, the concept of control chart is based on the theory of sampling and probability. In a control chart, along the y-axis, a sample statistics of a quality characteristics such as mean, range, population, proportion of defective units, etc. are plotted. The sample number or the time is taken along the x-axis. A control chart basically consists of three horizontal lines. The central line, upper control line, which we also call UCL, lower control line, which we also call LCL. The central line, it represents the value which can have three different interpretations depending on the available data. First, it can be the average value of the quality characteristics or the average of the plotted sample points. Second, it can be a standard or the reference value based on the representative prior data or an aimed value based on specifications. And the third, it can be population parameter if that value is known. Now comes the upper control unit. Upper control line, it represents the upper value of the variation in the quality characteristics. And similarly, the lower control line, it represents the lower value of the variation in the quality characteristics. As we discussed, for the central line, there are three different interpretations depending upon the available data. Similarly, for the upper control line and the lower control line, we have the same three interpretations depending upon the available data. Now talking about the control chart for variables. In quality control, the term variable means the quality characteristics which can be measured like diameter of a ball bearing, length of refills, weight of cricket balls, and other like things. The control charts based on the measurement of quality characteristics are called control charts for variables. That means control chart for variable deals with the measurements of quality characteristics. While dealing with the measurable quality characteristics, it is important to control the central tendency or the average as well as the dispersion or variability of the quality characteristics or the process. For the central tendency, we apply the mean, and for the variability, we calculate the range or standard deviation. Therefore, there are different control charts for variables for controlling the mean and for the variability of the process. So therefore, we can very conveniently say that control charts are of two types in terms of variables: control chart for mean and control chart for variability. In this session, we are going to discuss and explore more about the control chart for mean, that is the X-bar chart. And X-bar chart, we understand that is to control the mean, quality level or the process mean. When we are focused to control the process mean in any production process, we use the control chart for mean, that is the X-bar chart. X-bar chart basically helps us to monitor the variation in the mean of the samples that have been drawn from time to time from the process. To understand the control chart for mean, that is the X-bar chart, and how to prepare that X-bar chart in Excel sheet, we will explore with the help of an example. So here in the Excel sheet, I have taken an example in which we have 4 observations, x1, x2, x3 and x4 for the sample of 25. So here we can say the K value is, you can just write down here, the k value is 25 and the n number of observations we have is 4. Okay, now moving ahead. As such, we have 4 values of the observations. The first thing will be to understand how we'll find the average. To find the average, we'll label here sample mean. You can also call this as x bar. To calculate the sample mean for this sample of 25, 4 observations, what we can do, we can just write average and selecting the values from B2, B1 till D2, E2 and enter. So this is basically the sample mean of your first average of the first 4 observation. We can do this similarly for the other also, and very conveniently we can do it for the rest of the values. So after finding out the sample mean, which we also called an x bar value, we will now try to find out the standard deviation value for the given sample, and for that purpose we will just write down standard deviation, and the formula for finding out the standard deviation is just we have to put standard deviation, select the formula, standard deviation of the values we have got from this x bar, right, and enter. So the standard deviation for these 4 observations is 5.211. Now the next step is to find out the value of x double bar or your central line. So for finding out the central line, what we'll do, the formula for finding the central line is sum of the values that we have attained from the sample mean. That is, first of all we need to find out the sum of the values So first we'll try to find out the sum of the values, and for that purpose what we'll do, the sum of these observations have to be found out. So this is your sum of the values of all the sample mean. Now formula for central line is basically you have to take the sum of the values divided by the number of observations, total number of sample, that is your k value. So here comes the value for the central line. So this value of central line is actually applicable for the observations. So as such, you saw we found the value of central line, and one more thing, when we calculated the value we did it in the first cell, and this will be going to be the same for all the values, and for that purpose you have to put the dollar sign in front of your cell number so that the values will be constant, they won't change for the other cell. Now we have to find out the value of upper control limit and the lower control limit. For calculating the value of upper control limit, we are going to use the formula in which we have central line, the value of central line, that we also called as x double bar, plus 3 times the value of your standard deviation. So with the help of this formula we will be able to find the upper control limit. So this is your upper control unit. Because this is going to be the value where you are going to understand what is the upper control limit for this set of values. What we are going to do again here, to make it a constant, we are going to put a dollar sign, and here also the biggest value of standard deviation is not changing anywhere, so we are again going to put a value of this dollar to make it same. You just have to double click here and the value will be for the all. Now for lower control unit, again the same formula, your central line, but the only change is that it is minus 3 times the value of your standard deviation, right? And again here what we are going to do, we are going to put a dollar sign because the value of your central line is not going to change for any set of observation, and so is for the standard deviation. So it's going to be a set value for the lower control line. So this is how we calculated these main things which are basically going to be used to prepare our control chart, right? So now simply what we have to do, we have to select these 4 values, these set of 4 values to prepare the line chart. We have to go to the insert bar, select the line chart, and in the line chart it is actually being given how you're going to do it. See, so this is your X bar chart, right? This X bar chart is basically representing the distribution in terms of the sample number which is being given at the x-axis, and on the y-axis the distribution shows whether the values are actually under the control limit, right? The central line values, here the mean, the distribution of mean, it actually gives an idea to understand if all the points are within the control limits. If we infer that the process is under statistical control, but in case if any of the point goes beyond this upper control limit or the lower control limit, the process is going to be out of control. So we'll call that process as out of control, and in this kind of situation the production process should be stopped and the cause of variation should be identified and eliminated. And for doing that we are going to understand the concept how we are going to identify and eliminate those things in the next video. I hope this all concept have been very clear to you. Thank you so much for watching it, and I hope you basically understand how to prepare an X bar chart. Thank you and have a good day.